Hey everyone, welcome back. Hart, how are you doing today? I'm fantastic, super excited to be here. So, we're diving straight into the Victorian justice system today, giving everyone a bird's eye view. What are the big things we need to understand right away? Well, we're covering everything from its core principles like fairness and equality, all the way to how sentences are decided. Like police powers too. Exactly. Police powers, individual rights, how the courts are structured, and even how juries work in criminal trials. Wait, so all of it, from being arrested to the final sentence, that's the idea. We'll touch on sanctions, which are basically the penalties, and the factors that influence sentencing, whether they make it harsher or lighter. So, a full picture of justice here in Victoria, from start to finish. Yes, just a quick tour to set the stage for everything else we'll discuss. Awesome, so let's jump into those foundational principles first, right? Absolutely. Fairness, equality, and access are key. So after all that, what are the absolute core principles that actually hold the Victorian justice system together? It's all about three big ideas: fairness, equality, and access. Fairness first. What does that mean in practice? It means everyone can participate. Processes are impartial and open for all. Okay, so no favoritism. Exactly, then there's equality. Treating everyone the same. Yes, but if treating everyone the same causes disadvantages, they take steps to fix it. So equality isn't just identical treatment. It's about leveling the playing field. Precisely. And finally, access. Everyone needs to engage with the system in an informed way. So like knowing your rights. That's technological access. Also, physical access to courts and lawyers. So it's not just about the law itself, but how people actually interact with it. It's the foundation. Okay, so we've talked about these core principles. But who actually enforces all of this? The police, right? Exactly, and they have very specific powers. Like what? They interview witnesses, question suspects, and examine crime scenes. So they're piecing together the puzzle, pretty much, and they can arrest accused persons. The big one. But we have rights, right, even when arrested. Definitely, like the right to silence. You don't have to say anything. They have to inform you of that. Also, the right to communicate with family and a lawyer. Unless it helps an accomplice escape, I'm guessing. You got it. And if English isn't their first language, there's the right to an interpreter. Oh, that's crucial for access and fairness. Absolutely. It's about balancing power with protection. So after all that, where do these cases actually go? How does the court system in Victoria even work? Right, it's a hierarchy. We have 4 main courts, each with their own job. Like a ladder. Exactly. At the bottom, the magistrate's court. What do they handle? Summary offenses and some indictable ones, but they can't hear appeals. Okay, so what's next up the ladder? The county court. They handle almost all indictable offenses except for the super serious stuff. Like murder. Yep, murder, treason, attempted murder. Those go to the Supreme Court, specifically the Trial Division. And the county court hears appeals from magistrates. Yes, they do. And above the Trial Division is the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal. So they just hear appeals. Only appeals from county and Supreme Courts, usually with 3 judges. No original cases there. Got it, so it's about jurisdiction, right? What type of cases they can hear. Precisely. And whether they're hearing it for the first time or if it's an appeal. Okay, so we've talked about the courts. But how do juries fit into this whole thing? Juries are for the big stuff, the really serious indictable offenses. Like murder. Exactly. They're a group of 12 randomly selected citizens. Just random people. Yep, from the electoral roll, over 18, and enrolled to vote. So they listen to everything and decide guilt or innocence. That's their main role. Listen to evidence, stay focused, and then give a verdict. What's good about that system? Well, they're independent, impartial, and reflect community values. Makes sense. Any downsides? They can cause delays because legal terms need explaining, and they don't give reasons for their decisions. Oh, that's tricky. It can be, but it's a cornerstone of the system for serious crimes. So after all that, the jury delivers a verdict. What happens next? Like, what's the point of the punishments? That's where sanctions come in. There are 5 main purposes. 5, what are they? Punishment, deterrence, denunciation, protection, and rehabilitation. Punishment makes sense. An eye for an eye, right? Exactly. It's about penalizing the offender and showing society that criminal acts are unacceptable. And deterrence. Is that like scaring people not to do it again? Yes, both for the individual, which is specific deterrence, and for the broader community, general deterrence. Okay, so what about denunciation? That's when the court shows its disapproval of the offender's actions. Got it? Protection is obvious, keeping the community safe. Yes, by preventing future offenses. And then there's rehabilitation, which aims to reform the offender. So they don't reoffend. Makes sense. What are the actual types of sanctions? Imprisonment, community correction orders, or CCOS, and fines. So CCOS are like supervised freedom. Precisely. Non-custodial with conditions, served in the community. So when a judge decides on these sanctions, what kind of things are they actually looking at? Like, what makes a sentence lighter or harsher? Great question. It comes down to what we call mitigating and aggravating factors. Mitigating sounds like it makes it better, right? Exactly. Mitigating factors can lead to a lesser sentence. Think of things like an early guilty plea. So, if you admit it right away, you might get a lighter punishment. Yes, it saves court resources. Or showing genuine remorse, that can also help. What about the other side? Aggravating factors. These make it worse. They lead to a harsher sentence. Like what? Prior offending is a big one. If you've been in trouble before. Oh, so a repeat offender gets hit harder. Precisely. Also, crimes motivated by prejudice or hate or committed in front of children. That makes sense. Those are definitely more severe, right? They show a higher level of culpability or harm, which warrants a stricter penalty. So the judge really weighs all these things up before deciding. Absolutely. It's a careful balancing act to ensure justice is served. Well, that's a lot to think about. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Hart. Thanks for having me.